Hello, hello, hello. Mega love shout out to all the subscribers and followers of this channel, especially to my students and their parents, and to all the followers all over the world. Thank you very much. And if you are new to my channel, please one, subscribe, two, like, share. Don't forget to ring the bell buttons for the next notification. 3. Like, leave a comment, subscribe. 4. Subscribe. Alright. Our lesson for today is how to measure interior angles in a polygon. This is for grade 7 mathematics, third quarter, which will be explained in English and Filipino. Okay, so we have angles and diagonals in polygons. Our objectives: determine the number of diagonals that can be drawn from one vertex of each polygon, and determine the interior angles of a polygon. Alright, so the interior angles are the angles inside the polygons. Okay, so we have here, and the sum of the interior angles is found when you add up all the angles inside the polygon. So just like this, no? These are the angles inside the polygons, and we call it interior angles. Now let's fill in the rest of the table. For example, for triangle, we have 3 sides, and there is no diagonal. So if we are going to solve for the interior angle, that is 180 degrees, no? So the sum of the interior angles of the triangle is 180. For quadrilateral, so we have 4 sides, no? And how many diagonals are there in a quadrilateral? So there are what? 2. Okay. And then in pentagon, we have 5 sides. And how many diagonals? There are also, are you sure there are 5? Actually, there are only 3. No? So later, malalaman natin yan kung ilan yan. No? Okay. So, basta the sum of the interior angles of the hexagon, no? So, we will know that later. Okay? Next. So, we have the formula to find the sum of the interior angles. Alright. So, what are the patterns that you notice in the sum of the interior angles? Okay, may pattern doon. Ano ba na ano nyo? Visualize. Okay, so may pattern doon mamaya. What are the patterns that you notice in the number of diagonals? Okay, ano kaya yun? Ha? So we have the formula to find the sum of the interior angles. So to find the sum, that is equals to 180 minus n minus 2, or times n minus 2, when n is the number of sides. Examples for the triangle. So triangle has 3 sides, no? So if we're going to get the sum 180 close on average is n minus 2. So we have 183 minus 2. That is 180 times 1 or 180. That is why the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180. Okay, so for example, we have this uh, hexagon. Huh? How many diagonals does a hexagon? Okay, so for diagonals, that is n times n minus 3 over 2. So how many diagonals? So what is n? N stands for the number of sides, no? So there are 6 sides in a hexagon. So 6 times 6 minus 3 over 2. Okay, so 6 times 3 equals 18 divided by 2 equals 9. So that means there are 9 diagonals. Okay, so there are 9 diagonals in a hexagon. So count ka natin. Tingnan natin, asan yung mga diagonals na yon. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, 9, no? Okay. Alright, so we are going to compute this uh, the sum of the measures of the angles of a convex quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So measure angle 1 plus measure angle 2 plus measure angle 3 plus measure angle 4 is equal to 360 degrees. Example, find the measure of angle E in the figure. So we're going to look for this angle. So solution, we know that measure angle A plus measure angle N plus measure angle T plus measure angle E is equal to 360. And given yung value ng angle A at saka angle N at saka angle T, no? So we have 105 plus 92 plus 71 plus the measure, so that is 268 plus measure angle E is equal to 360. So 360 minus 268, therefore the measure of angle E is 92 degrees. Okay? So property 2, we have the polygon interior angle sum, no? Again, the sum of the measures of angles of convex polygon with n side is n minus 2 times 180, or which is the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle t plus so on and up to measure angle n is equals to n minus 2 times 180. So, the same formula na binigay natin kanina, no? Find the sum of the measures of interior angles of a convex hexagon. So, hexagon has 6 sides. So, a hexagon has 6 sides. So, use the polygon interior angle theorem, no? And substitute 6 for n. So, n minus 2, 180 is equals to 6 minus 2 times 180. So, for 180, the answer is 720. Okay? Question? Okay, let us continue. So, we know that there are the number of the sum of the interior angles of the triangle is 180 degrees. Uh, Now, if we're going to look for diagonal here using the formula n times n minus 3, diba? From the start, ito yung formula natin, divided by 2. So, that is equals to 4 minus 3 over 2. So, that is 4 times 1 over 2 or 2. The answer is 2. No? There are 2 diagonals. For the pentagon, so we could say that pentagon has 5 sides. So, N stands for the number of sides. So 5 minus 3 divided by 2. So we have 5 times 2 divided by 2. Cancel nito. The answer is 5. No? So there are 5 diagonals in a pentagon. And then hexagon is 6. 6 minus 3 divided by 2. So we have 6 times 3. 6 times 3 divided by 2 is equals to 18. 6 times 3 is equals to 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So there are 9 diagonals. And for heptagon, so we have 7. 7 minus 3 divided by 2. So we have 7 minus 3 is 4. So 7 times 4 divided by 2. 7 times 4 is equals to 28. 28 divided by 2 equals 14. So that means there are 14 diagonals in a heptagon. Now, okay, so given here is the octagon. Sa octagon naman, if we're going to find the sum of the interior angles, so we have this formula 180 times n minus 2, right? So 180, then 8 minus 2 is equals to 180 times 6. Okay, so 180 times 6, so we have 0. 8 times 6 equals, so for 18, no, 18 times 6, 8 times 6 equals 48. 4, 6 plus 10. 10,000. How much? 10,000 or 1,080. Is that correct? Yes, 1,080 is the number, or is the sum of the interior angles. And if we are going to get the diagonals, so we have 8, then 8 minus 3 divided by 2. Ano na naman yun, pusikat? We have 8 times 5 divided by 2. So we have 40 divided by 2 is equal to 20. So there are 20 diagonals in an octagon. Alright? So for questions and clarifications, just write it at the comment section. And before I one, subscribe. 2, like, share, ring the bell buttons for the next notifications. 3, like, leave a comment, subscribe. 4, subscribe.